Obligatory disclaimer. The PSAs presented, along with most of my personal stories related to these PSAs, contain subjects that may be disturbing. If you're not in the right headspace to face any one of these PSAs and/or my commentary, be like this voice skeleton and click off this video. Your mental health matters. Resources and links are available in the video description.
You and me could be so far from here, laughing like some kids without a single fear. Gave me, I thought we were just betting. Play this game with me and show me how it feels. Playing with no rules, no shame, no blame, no time. I will always be your friend, and me you can count. Gave me, I thought we were just betting. Play this game with me and show me, baby, we are drowning in the screen of love. Playing with no rules, no shame, no blame, no time. Baby, we are drowning in the screen of love.
As it goes with most of these PSAs, there's a personal story regarding this one, about my experiences with trading and gambling. In 2024, that was my first real exposure to it, through someone I trusted. I tried it with my savings, and while it was fun for a while, and I made a little bit of cash, I quickly lost control and spent all of my savings on failed trading attempts. The thrill of trading is not all that different from gambling, and as for the amount, I lost around 900 Rand on trading before I pulled myself out of it with the help of my awesome mother. That may not have been much compared to the amounts these teenagers spent on gambling, or the stories you hear online, but that lost cash was a wake-up call. It was more or less the same thing in 2025, when the person I trusted also recommended that I gamble on one of my country's top gambling sites. I don't think he thought twice about it. I don't think any of us did at that time. Although, I believe I got off really lucky because of my previous experience with trading and only lost 50 Rand. Ludopatia showed me how my habit could have been way worse than what I experienced. To realize that I could have easily spent thousands of Rands on that, like the cash these teenagers spent on gambling sites, makes me realize how lucky I am. Although I still wish I spent that cash on something like Eyes of P on sale. But now I see it as a tuition fee for the college of life. And also, I'm not the only one who thinks that the song used in this PSA is great, right? I would gladly do almost anything for a food version of this song.
Made some leftovers, okay? I know you had a bad day. Can we talk about it tomorrow? Yeah? Sorry, I have to go. I love you, okay?
Love you.
You'll be good? Okay? Love you.
What are we at now, 5?
Oh my god, 5 games in a row, headed to the playoffs.
Dad, we just can't stop winning.
That home run you hit, I think it landed in the parking lot.
Oh, for sure.
Throw the ball around more tomorrow.
loser. Shut up, you're the loser. Shiloh, stop, boys! I can't believe you, Shiloh.
Nice. If you want her, take her.
Hi, Casey. Hi. Come on.
Yes. Post it. Come on, you're strong or you're nothing. She's sloppy seconds. You don't want that. We are at war.
You know I don't like you watching these videos. I don't care! Shiloh!
You are a warrior.
Stop it! Give it to her!
Her body is your choice.
You ruin everything!
Slap her! Choke her! Shut up, bitch!
In 2024, I was really struggling, and I had thoughts of ending my life for the third time. I ended up in a mental hospital. Don't worry, I willingly chose to go there before I did anything awful. While I was there, I discovered a kind of YouTube self-help. The specific source doesn't really matter. What struck me was the message. At first, that felt like a lifeline. Those videos gave actionable steps, and they were rather extreme when it came to self-help, which I thought would be a jumpstart to my fixed life. But after a while of being a fan of that, the red flags started to come out. The way these videos often talk about women, rest, and leisure, and how modern society is to blame for my issues. It sounded less like advice and more like radicalization. Like Max said here, the only difference is that these videos and channels are real. Some creators package these ideas as growth, but it functions like a cult. They prey on the vulnerable and slowly radicalize them into their awful ideas, a lot like I was. Surprisingly, it was ChatGPT that helped me see that these views were harmful. And just like that, I slowly but surely dropped them. Man, am I glad that I didn't fully take these views to heart. Otherwise, who knows where I would have ended up.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the US. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Let's take a break from the heavy stuff for this PSA. This one's less personal and dark, but it still changed the way I see stuff now. After this PSA, I try my absolute best to only buy real, branded products, and not fake low-quality good from infamous retailers. Sure, they may be cheap, but that cheapness comes with a cost. You may be funding criminal networks without even knowing it. And let's be honest, they break after 5 uses anyway. P.S. I only realized after a while that my personal story was more about getting a low-quality generic product from a retailer, not about buying fake goods. Sorry for the misunderstanding.
Life can be tough at times. Emotions can become overwhelming and even lead to suicidal thoughts. Although it can feel very intense, it's important to remember these feelings will pass. To find out what helped Study Girl and may help you, click on the link in the description.
Okay, now back to the heavy stuff. So, a few months away from the hospital in 2024, aside from finding Fuamoko, the hospital didn't help. So I was barely hanging on mentally. One morning, I had those same thoughts again to end my life. I troubled my mother, and she had to stop her daily plans for the day, but she still had to leave home to finish a few things. Inside my room, to pass the time and to distract myself, I watched Antonia the Sheep's top 20 animated PSAs. The video eased my stress until she showed and talked about the PSA that I showed to you. I cried, really cried. After that moment, I searched up the original PSA video and through the description, I contacted the South African Crisis Hotline. It honestly helped, chatting about my problems with somebody who understood. That day could have been a lot worse, but it didn't. In part, thanks to Antonia for deciding to add this PSA to a PSA compilation.
Ash, it's 7 o'clock.
I'm not going in.
You are going in.
I can't.
You don't get up and get dressed now, then there's no sleepover on Friday.
That's not fair. Why are you punishing me?
Because I've got to get you to school, love. Come on, now please.
Come on, there's your pancakes.
Thanks.
Have you not had your breakfast yet?
She's on it, she's on it.
We're 1 minute late.
Traffic's a little bit lighter on a Friday.
Lily, you're so dozy. Can you hurry up for once? Come on. You're so late.
Ash, you've got to eat before we go to school.
Have a good day,
Put it
okay?
away.
I'm leaving. Hurry up.
Ash, where's your blazer
I
on?
don't have time.
Go and get it. Oh, go and get it. You got drama today, girl?
Yeah, third lesson. Mum, can you turn the radio off? He was one of those really annoying teachers and forever one was so funny. Oh my god, Lily! Shut up!
Ash, what have I told you about the hoodie?
Oh, come on.
Blazer on, please.
Are we already done?
Okay, Ash, let's have a look.
You're gonna fail.
That is exactly right.
How are you meant to do that without a calculator?
It's a bit tougher for you, I think.
Oh, I don't have my overlay. I can't read this.
Hang on, see if I've got anything at all.
You okay, Ash? Every lesson is meant to be so Oh! Someone pushed me on purpose. I don't know, they pushed me. I want to go home.
All right, I'll ring your mum. You go and sit in the sensory room. You all right, love? Let's get you home.
Dad, can you fix this?
Don't get a please.
Please?
Okay.
Wait, you can't see this, but I can? You have certain skills, like...
Why is it always when I pick?
Subtitles! Put the subtitles on!
Subtitles on.
Ash, it's time to get up, love.
Mum, have you seen my hoodie?
I think your dad watched it yesterday. It's on the banister.
Are you sure it's not here? Lily, have you moved my hoodie? Obviously I didn't. I'm gonna check your room because Ash, I told you.
Ash, do not go in Lily's room.
Lily,
In upstairs. It'll be upstairs underneath your...
Look,
wet towel.
and your blazer's on the floor.
Mum, Lily's taking it.
Whoa. Wait, enough. Look.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm not gonna touch you. I'm just sitting here whilst you calm down, okay?
I need my hoodie to go into school. I am not going into school without it, and Lily's taken it.
I don't think she
She
has.
has.
I don't think she has. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. Calm yourself down a bit. It's okay. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Ash, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
You know, sometimes I wonder if more people understood that I was autistic, which I am, and I got support earlier, like the girl in the PSA, would things have been different? Would more people have helped me when things got rough? I guess, until parallel universes are proven to exist beyond imagination, we will never know. But now, I have video support, and I'm better than I have been in 2023 to 2024. Maybe even better than I have ever been in my life, and I'm thankful for that. Well, we've reached the end. To me, these weren't just regular PSAs. These were warnings, lifelines, and gut punches. They really impacted me. Thank you for watching, and keep moving forward.